the coveted, the extra special, everybody wants me, whale tail tab punch. This was originally by Stampin' Up. Fantastic. It creates this shape that you fold in half and it goes on the edge of your pages to make tabs. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants it. Second hand on Etsy and such like. I've seen them going for £100. You do not need this punch. I'm Amanda from Create with Scrimpingmommy, and today I'm going to give you as many different ways I can give you of showing you that you do not need this punch. Don't follow the crowd. Let me encourage you to think of other ways of making fantastic page tabs. Okay, so I've got about 10 different examples to show you. Some I'll just show you, some are situated in journals, and some I'll quickly show you how to make them. They take seconds. So we'll start off with the humble, in my opinion, a little bit dull tab punch shape. Now, the whale tail tab punch, let me just tell you, whale tail is the original shape of this punch because it looks like a whale. He's got a little eye and that looks like his mouth, and that's the tail. So if you want to look for alternatives to this punch online, just simply use the keyword tab shape or page tab. Don't add the word whale tail because that's the design of that specific punch only. Okay, so you might limit your search. Heaps of places do them now. You can get them just about anywhere. But what's the big deal about that? It's cool. It's quick and easy. You can maybe put an eyelet in and hang a charm off. But you know, you've got limited space. There's far more creative ways of making interesting tabs in your journals. Okay, let's get started. So the first and most obvious one is mirror image items. Anything, it can be anything. Have a look in your stash what you've got that are similar shapes if you want them double-sided, which means what you see on that side you'll see on that side. Okay, so if that's a look you're going for, you can even use things like the humble playing card. If that's too large for you, you can rip it in half. Hey presto, you've got two sets of those. You just want it hanging off the page so that you've got the ability to use it as a page tab, and that's all you're doing. So you can use absolutely anything. I'm going to give you some examples to get your mind whirring, but you can literally do anything. You could stick your dog on there if you wanted, as long as it's hanging off the page. You might struggle if it's a bit hairy. It's a page tab, and don't forget, page tabs don't have to be there. They can be at the top, they could be at the bottom, they could be low down, they don't have to be central. You can have them anywhere. So the humble playing card, cheap as chips, okay, or any other mirror image idea. So here's a expansion on that idea situated in one of my journals. So I create some of my embellishments in my digital collections mirror image, okay, which means I give them that image and then I give them the reverse image, the mirror image of it, so that when they cut out and glued together, you've got the exact same on both sides. And that's one way of doing it. And then up here, I've got a top one, okay, like so, with this book. And they look really cute. Now, you don't have to have the same image on the other side as you've got on there. You don't have to. That's not a law. So you could literally fussy cut things from books or magazines, nice, interesting florals or birds or absolutely anything. As long as it's hanging off your page, it is by definition a page tab because you're able to turn the page with it. Whilst we're in this book, I'll use these as another example. So these are beautiful wedding appliques that I've used here as page tabs. Now, fabrics and laces are fantastic because they're adding, a different element to the paper. So it's nice and it's tactile, it's touchy-feely. So appliques, nice laces. Maybe you've got a lace like this, okay? You could hang on the side. Or like these. Absolutely anything. Or just normal lace, chunky, big pieces of lace, or fabric, or any kind of textile. You've got your fabric samples, things like that. Absolutely anything. And all you've got to do is either glue them or sew them to your page, and it is a page tab because by definition you can turn the page with it. Okay, so there's more mirror image. items. I like them quite low down. So remember, they don't have to be in the centre, they don't have to be at the top. You can have them wherever you want. And having them at different heights just adds interest. One of my favourite sayings. Okay, so here's one of my favourite ways to do a more traditional tab, which is a bit like a file folder system. Okay, now I make these very easily with the tab punch board, and the beauty of the tab punch board as opposed to this is you can make them whatever size you want. So I'll show you quickly how to make them. I mean, it's teaching your grandma how to suck eggs really, but envelope, the tab punch board, and you can make them with the envelope punch board as well. Have a play, have an experiment. So all you need to do is get, let me find a scrap piece of paper. Here we go. Okay, and you want probably about 2 inches roughly. So let me just trim this down to 2 inches. And it is better if your paper to start with is even, you know, so it's fairly straight. You're just going to get better results. But it's not essential. Nothing has to be perfect. And then all you do is fold it in half. Okay. So roughly 2 inches. Fold it in half. And here's the tab punch board. You've got this little peg thing. So you want it in the furthest set of holes to the left. And then literally all you have to do is put it in, push it as far as it'll go and punch. Then you remove these, put them in this little holder, turn it around, and then you've got small, medium or large tab shapes there grooved into the board. So you just literally select how big you want it. I always go for large. The larger the better, because then you can add words on them, you can add further decoration, and then all you need to do is just trim it. Trim it there, and you've got your tab. Okay, the tab punch board is, I love it. I absolutely love it. And you can make very similar with the envelope punch board, and these just look lovely, and you can make them all day long and put them up staggered on the edges of your page like I've done here throughout the whole journal. And because you can make them in different sizes, you can fit better words on them and labels and things like that, so you're not restricted to the size of this. Okay, let's think of some more ideas. So here, some more ideas. So going along the playing card theme, okay, maybe you do ATCs or altered playing cards, or your own mini pieces of artwork. This one's even got metal pieces on. You can totally use these as page tabs. Put them at the bottom. You could glue it just on the side there and on the bottom. And as well as being a page tab, it would be a little tuck. Okay, so have a look what you've created. Maybe you've done one of the playing card challenges. Loads of people do them. I've done them. You can totally use, well, what do we use them for? What are you going to do with them? Why not do this? Why not put them in a journal and use them as page tabs? Okay, and here's another one, just rectangular little piece of ATC artwork, and I've added a dangle on. So how cool will that look as a page tab? Okay, it doesn't matter if it's not tiny. In my opinion, the larger the better, because it's adding even more, and having your own little pieces of artwork as page tabs is an added bonus. So that's one idea. Then moving along with the double-sided image, you can use absolutely anything. So I've got these little butterfly children. So imagine you're going through your books, your nature books with birds in or flowers in or whatever. You can fussy cut them and totally add them as page tabs. It doesn't matter if it's not the same on the other side. Who cares? You can always ink it if it bothers you. But any little image, anything at all, can be used as a page tab. We do not need to be restricted to one tiny little shape like this. Okay, let your imagination run wild. If it hangs off the page, it's a page tab. Here's another idea. You've got your specimen slides. How cool are these? Because you can also, you know, obviously see through them as well. So they're really cool as page tabs. Okay, and you'd be cool at the top like that as well, because obviously you can see what's underneath. And how cool are they going to look running through your book? Okay, these are super easy to make. I've done them on tutorials. There's loads of tutorials out there. All you need to do is make the specimen shape. You do 2, or sometimes they come in a die where you just fold it in half, put acetate in the middle. This I've stamped on with a stays on ink or an archival ink so that it dries quick, and then I've used alcohol markers to colour them. And how interesting are those? So that's another idea. What about things like your handmade tickets? Okay, and now a page tab doesn't have to be small. It can run the full length of your page. So if I was doing this one, I'd probably remove that ticket there and just have those. But those are going to look fantastic, and I've backed them on scrapbooking paper. Okay, so you're adding your own artwork, your own tickets. I've done a tutorial on how to make these. Okay, I have done a tutorial on how to create this shape as well, exactly the same as this without the punch, but there was loads of variations on it, but it's still a limiting, and this is more exciting. Okay, so make your large tickets, oversized embellishments. Right, so let's get on to some more handmade type things. Oh, before I start, we've got these. So these are just like tickets. I don't know if they're like cloakroom tickets, fairground tickets. I bought them on a roll and dyed them. Just rip 2 off, fold them in half, and there you go, you've got a page tab. Okay, it can be absolutely anything. So the other thing that you can use are your other punches. Okay, whatever shape you might have, I don't know, all sorts of different shapes. I've just grabbed this because it was the nearest thing. I've got much more interesting shapes. I've got fancy label shapes and all sorts, and the labels will make nicer tabs than this. But you can literally just punch 2 shapes or die cut 2 shapes. Have a look what you've got. You might have some really interesting shaped dies, you know, that you've got for layering on cards or whatever, and all you need to do here is layer them up back to back. You can punch out whatever images you want. You could use these on your magazines or your book pages or your digitals, and you just literally glue them back to back. It doesn't get any easier than that. And if you've got really interesting shapes, you can punch them out and fold them in half. Okay, and then put them like so. This one's not the best one to do that with. I would be doing it that way. But again, you can, and then you could layer up with other circles. Let's have a look. I'll just use this as an example. It's not the right size, but I'm just using it as an example. Layer up with other circles. Okay. I'm not fully prepared. I'd have a larger one. Yeah, like so. Or you could even sew that like it's a button. Okay, so just have a play, and just by punching out simple shapes, you'll think, oh, that could be a button. Oh, that looks like such and such. Oh, that looks like such and such. And just let your imagination run wild. Don't be restricted. So the final one I want to share, I think, is things like page ruffles. Now, these are beautiful. I don't have an example to show you because I very annoyingly sell or give away a lot of my journals, and so the ones that I've got page ruffles in, I don't have to show you. But you can make ruffles out of anything. You can make them out of this kind of seam binding stuff. I buy pillowcases really cheap, white cotton pillowcases. When you cut down the seams, that's giving you quite a lot of fabric for very cheap, because you often get 2 in a pack. You can rip it up, you can dye it, you can do what you want with it, and you can do them to whatever width you want. So I'm just going to quickly show you the principle of a ruffle. This is the bare bones, and it's so simple, and you can then, in fact, we'll just do it a little bit wider. You can make them out of paper, you can make them out of fabric, you can make them out of ribbon, and all you're doing is concertinaing. Okay, it is not a complicated thing. Absolutely anybody can do this. So you'd concertina it and either run it through your sewing machine, or you can do the glue method, where you literally just put little dobs of glue in between each fold, and then you've got yourself a ruffle. So that is a very rough ruffle, but I'm giving you the principle of the idea. And then you can decorate them, okay, further. And how interesting is that? Sew down the middle, glue it, add some lace, then add some images maybe, okay, and that is going to look fantastic. Don't forget about your clusters. Clusters. Everybody makes these. There's heaps of tutorials. Everybody's encouraging you to make them from your scraps. Probably got boxes full of them. Brilliant. Use them as page clusters. There's no better example. And it doesn't matter what shape they are or what size they are. If they're on the large side, it doesn't matter. Just glue it there, and then you've got the opportunity for it to be a page tab and a tuck. There's no right or wrong, okay? Do not restrict yourself to thinking you need this, because there is so many different ways. Look at all of these beautifulness that you can add to your journals as page tabs rather than just that little shape. So think outside the box. It's a phrase I hate. I think it's a ridiculous phrase, but just think, have a look what you've got. If it hangs off the page, it's a tab. That's all you need. That's the only principle you need, and you can then go and have fun. And I really do like the fabric ones. I think they are beautiful, and they add an extra wow to your journals. So I hope that's given you some ideas. I hope it kind of gets you out of the thinking that this is all we need for page tabs. No, get creative. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Take care. Go and make some interesting page tabs. Bye for now.